Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and I figure, first review in a long time, why not it be Till from Germany sent me this, and I know I haven't reviewed the other Howling films. I will one day, but I want to talk about this so I get out of the way. And it's never been on DVD in the US for a fucking reason, and that's Howling VII. Howling VII. And Till from Germany said it was okay to do this. So just so you know. You know what? Fuck this fucking piece of shit. Cum dumpster. Cult of kick fucks. I'd put this in my mouth, but I'd probably be poisoned by it. Oh my god. Just Howling VII, New Moon Rising. Yeah, the moon is someone's ass laughing in your face. Sheets spread wide open for you to enjoy its pleasant, foul odors of hickness. This is without doubt. Howling VII. This is without doubt one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my life. It is the worst werewolf film ever made. No doubt, it is one of the worst fucking horror films I've ever seen. It is up there with Feeders and Feeders 2. That is one of the worst fucking movies I've seen in my life. I know my friend Mike OCP did a review rant on this, and he was right. I mean, it was a piece of shit. This fucking guy, I'm glad he never directed it again, because he doesn't have a fucking talent, a bone in his body of talent. Clive Turner, who wrote this, directed this, was pretty much the star of this. Clive Turner, you haven't directed yet? That's good, because you're a fucking hack. This fucking movie, I swear, is a bunch of hicks said, you know what? We need to make a cult so we can brainwash and turn them into hicks. And see, look at me, now I'm a hick from watching this fucking movie. Ready to go line dancing. You get a cold one. No wonder this movie's so shit. The whole fucking movie's all them drinking at a bar. That's probably them drinking and then they shoot the fucking scene. I mean, this is without a doubt one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my life. That's not even, it is. It is one of the worst fucking movies I've seen in my entire life. I mean, the fucking first words is, Jesus Christ, holy shit, Mother of God! Because they're looking at bones of a body. And then this inspector comes in who, you know, I talk about movies with bad acting. No, this is supreme shit acting. If I understand, most of the people in this film were locals. This is why you don't do this. You don't do that because you do shit like this. Horrible, horrible, horrible local actors who cannot act. I've seen fan films with better acting from the entire cast. There's not a single person that even turns in a halfway decent performance. Yeah, I've seen fan films. I've seen movie reviewers have better acting than this fucking movie. And you know you're bad when you're part of 8 films. There's 8 Howling films, including Reborn, and you're the only one that never got a DVD in the US. There's a fucking reason for it. And the old inspector guy, he's a fan of Sherlock Holmes, so he talks about Watson, and someone goes, "Who's Watson?" Again, this is like a cult of hicks decided to terminate your mind with country music. And I want to sue the filmmakers for termination of brain cells. I really do. Oh my god, this was so tough. I literally, 30 minutes in, I had to shut off the computer. The computer. I was watching on my TV. See, brain cells are gone. See, I told you. I literally shut off the movie 30 minutes in, and I went on YouTube to watch some stuff. I shit you not. And I ate some grilled cheese sandwiches, and I fucking relaxed, and then I got through it. It's an hour and 29 minutes, and it feels like 4 hours and 29 minutes, or 3 hours and 59 minutes, or something. It feels long. The pace is slogging, because nothing fucking happens, because it's like they only had a script that literally was 5-10 minutes long, and then the other shit is filler. A filler and filler and filler and filler and filler. I mean, this biker who's, well, I mean, he's on a bike, and Ted, who is the fucking director, and he goes in this town named Pioneer Town, and he tells these jokes. He's an Australian guy, and he tells these jokes that aren't even funny. But people laugh, ha ha ha. Yeah, you only laugh because you got paid for it. And these running jokes, it doesn't work. Like about this singer named George Jones, and people are like, who's George Jones? Who's George Jones? I don't even know who the fuck George Jones is, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit who George Jones is. I don't give a fuck. I wish Jones the cat from Alien would take a large, gigantic piss on this face of this movie like it was a goddamn litter box. Jesus Christ. Why am I talking about jokes like, hey, you flew from Australia? Yeah, my arms are tired. And it's like, oh, you might get armritis. Oh, that's okay. I just gotta worry about hepatitis. You know, because he's talking about his hips. And then another guy's like, well, it's better than pneumonia. Get it? Like your knee. And then this fat fuck is talking about, well, it's better than smallpox. You know, instead of smallpox, he says smallpox. Yeah, only when you look in the mirror. Oh, at least it's not diphtheria. Diphtheria! This is the kind of movie that we're dealing with here, folks. Diphtheria is a line of fucking dialogue. It's a line of fucking dialogue. And here's the thing. I may seem like a hit country boy, but I'm not the biggest fan of country music. Yeah, once in a while there's a country song I don't mind. None of them are in this movie. Because it's the locals singing. And they can't sing for shit. And the songs ain't for shit. A lot of line dancing. Where they look like a cult. Fucking zombies. And like they dance with like square dancing. Including a chick that looks like a dude. I mean, no offense to the lady, but it's like gray hair, and she has like the Billy Ray Cyrus haircut. It's a female, older woman that has a Billy Ray Cyrus haircut if he had gray hair. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Some weird cult country shit. A fucking line dance. Half this fucking movie is like line dancing and country songs singing. This is supposed to be a werewolf movie. And the werewolves like extinct for fucking 90% of the time. Unless you want to get like footage from other Howling films. Like a cop shows a tape of evidence. And it's from Howling VI. Later on they talk to this girl. And she has flashbacks. And it's like 5 minutes or almost 5 minutes of fucking Howling IV. The priest is talking to this inspector. Even the priest doesn't even want to be in this fucking movie. You wanna know why? Because while it's not Ted and his hijinks at the bar, which I'll get to, it's this priest talking to this inspector, and all they're doing is talking about the priest doesn't want to be in this movie so much. He hates this movie that he's in so much that he would rather talk about Howling V. Just every fucking time he talks, it's a flashback to Howling V and the castle and shit. I've seen the Howling films. I own them. I'll review them all one day. When I get through with all this stuff. Maybe in October. Who knows? I'd rather get this shit out of the way, though. This fucking... I'd rather get this shit out of the way first. Feeling my heart's gonna explode. I mean, the priest doesn't even want to be in this movie. He really just talked about flashbacks of Howling V. Trying to enunciate my words, so I'm not saying Halloween 5. That'd be a shitty flashback, Halloween 5. A shitty flashback in a shittier movie, like this one. But Howling 5. Now, the priest so funny. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be in this movie so badly. He just all the time wants to talk to the inspector. You know, I've talked about bad acting in movies. There's bad acting, and then there's Howling VII acting. There's this acting. This acting is non-acting. It's acting where they just... The director is deaf. Because if you hear the line this is one of those movies, every fucking scene I could talk about how bad it is. It's not even, you know, people say Troll 2 is one of the worst movies of all time. No, Troll 2 is entertaining. Even the acting is entertaining. Here the acting is just bad. It's not even entertainingly bad, it's just bad. Again, I've seen fucking videos on YouTube that they do for free that are better than this. With their shitty line dancing and shitty country music. But okay. Okay. Like Ted. This Australian guy who's got this long red hair. And he's cleaning up the bar dancing. He's got a fucking sombrero on his head. Or this is like a running joke. Who's George Jones? I don't give a fuck. Worry about your goddamn movie. Don't worry about who the fuck George Jones is. I don't even know who the fuck George Jones is. I don't give a fuck. Okay. This is a joke. A guy has like a bottle of beer and then has like a shot. Okay. The guy will take a shot. Then he takes a drink of the bottle. Then he does this. Then, boom, there's a guy next to him in a seat. Next cut, there's a guy next to him. Takes a shot. Takes a bottle. Does this. Then there's a third guy who sits down. Doesn't even sit down. It cuts and he's already in the seat. Takes a shot. A bottle. Glasses. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is it? I don't know if it's supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to be a running joke. Was the guy literally that bored? Did he literally have nothing on a fucking script? Was it really just, this is the script for this movie? This is the script. A blank fucking piece of paper. That's like, well, what the fuck do we do? Okay, this is a bar. 90% of the movie's gonna be you guys drinking at a bar. Look what I got for punching the fucking thing. God damn it. That pissed. This movie makes me that pissed. Like, what is that fucking scene? This is a joke? It's a running gag. That's not even a gag. I mean, or there's fucking montages where there's no dialogue but this shitty twang music that I swear is like a fucking, if a dying cat was on a fucking xylophone. And it's like, oh, these urinals are too small, so here we're big fat guys. Let's try to squeeze into these really tiny urinals. Or this old lady's with a fucking spoon and more fucking line dancing with this cult. This cult of country hits. Not having fun. Not even smiling while they're dancing in the dark. It's like in the dark with like a little light and they're dancing. The shitty music. And then finally the werewolf finally enters the picture, but not really, because all you see is their point of view and it's a fucking red filter. Like, it's a red filter that literally will give you headache. Headaches. I got a headache watching it. And a red filter, and it was this guy who was fucking with Ted. At least a little bit. And the guy died from red filter. And like you see his arm like fall on the ground in the frame like this. This fucking red filter. The guy dies from shitty point of view. Like, and then again, it goes back to Inspector the Priest, and the priest again is so bored with the fucking movies in, he'd rather talk about Howling V. And then the girl, like, yeah, this girl who's putting some suspicion on Ted, because this guy died. Was it an animal attack, or was it Ted? So, hey, like, check this guy's room. Meanwhile, Ted's... Again, like, he's an Australian guy. You need to know some better fucking jokes, pal. When he's like, oh yeah, I'm into bestiality and sadism and necrophilia. Like, fucking a dead horse. Go fuck yourself. Your dead self. That'd be a trick I'd love to see. If you're dead and go fuck yourself, then that'd be a hell of a trick. God, my... Or this guy's like, I want water. W-A-T-T-E-R. Even fucking Larry the Cable Guy wouldn't laugh at this shit. Larry the Cable Guy movies, and I've seen them. They're bad. Larry the Cable Guy movies are better than this movie. That should be the fucking review. That should be the tagline. Larry the Cable Guy's movies are better than this. That says it all, don't you think? We got Pappy singing up, stand up and testify, stand up. I like to testify. I like to testify in court because I want to sue Clive Turner, the guy who made this movie. I want to sue him because, you know, everyone's sue happy. Everyone wants to sue anybody and everybody. I want to sue some fucking buddy, and I want to sue this guy. I want to stand up and testify against fucking Clive Turner for making this cult film. And when I mean cult film, I mean like it's made of a cult of hit townies, country music scene and line dancing motherfuckers who they put this movie out like the fucking rain. Only in 7 days you don't die. 7 days a brain cell gets depleted. I want to testify against the termination of fucking brain cells while watching this fucking movie. Because it felt so long. It's only 90 goddamn minutes and it felt like fucking forever. Because nothing was worth a shit. Not even a good line of dialogue. Not even decent werewolf effects. Because you don't even see a werewolf. At least not for this movie. You see it in one little scene and it's like a dime store cowboy, motherfucker. Not cowboy, but it's a dime store, motherfucker. And this is a dime store, and the other fucking 9 cents walked off a fucking pier to drown. You finally get a second guy who's killed by the fucking red filter. Then you get another running joke. Pappy got dirt in his chili, and 3 people throughout the 5 minutes come up and go, hey, you got dirt in your chili? Hey, you got dirt in your chili. You know that? Hey, you got dirt in your chili. Yes, I fucking know. I don't care. Eat the dirt. Face first. I'm made to eat the dirt. Eating dirt would fucking be better for your health. And they even do a fucking thing where, again, these jokes, it's like, Ted and these other guys step back and they go touch their pants. You know, the zippers in their pants. They put them up and down quick. Deep in the heart of Texas. And that's where you get the farts. The farts come marching in. A guy eats a chili and he farts. And Ted laughs because he's a fucking moron. And he farts, 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 farts. Just farts funny. I didn't even laugh at farts when I was 5 years old. And like the priest is calling a girl. And the girl's like, hey, could you come over? And the priest nods. I'm like, she can't fucking hear you nod. You fucking... Like, he's like, she can't fucking hear you nod unless you got rocks in your brain. And then more dancing. I swear there's more dancing in this than fucking dirty dancing. And then he's talking to the girl from part 4, and you see a shitload of flashbacks from part 4. Then you get more shitty fucking singing. Then there's some suspicion put on Ted, and this cop picks him up and beats him up a little bit. And then Ted beats him up and leaves him there. And then I think you see a split second shot of a werewolf and the cop dies. And then, shitload of explanations, and I'll be honest, I didn't fucking understand the explanations. Mainly because I fucking didn't care. I don't care what the explanation. Ted's there for an expose. The girl from part 4 had something to do with it or something not. And then I guess now the girl from part 4 is dead. So even if you're one of those few people that like the girl from part 4, she's dead. So they kill her off in this movie, but then she had something to do with it, I guess, kind of, sort of, or brain control or something. I didn't give a fuck. And there's more explanations, and the inspector's like, no, Ted didn't do it, the inspector said. And then you find out that this one girl, this chick that you barely gave a fuck about, is the werewolf. And they trick her ass. And there's Ted and the inspector. And then Inspector, I swear, his fucking gun is a fucking cap gun, because when he shoots, it's just like hearing caps. And then the girl, you finally see the werewolf in this movie, and it transforms in a horrendous effect where she changes into this werewolf that I swear it's I can't even say Halloween costume because that'd be an insult to Halloween costumes. It might as well be made of fucking paper mache. It might as well be made of fucking Play-Doh. It's a fucking... I have seen people wear a mask in fucking videos here on YouTube that better. And it has this fucking shitty yellow shirt. Of course, yellow shirt. It's chicken shit. It's all chicken shit. Shitty transformation using God, what is that process called? Go from a person, then morph, like a morph effect, morphine effect. Horrible, horrendous morphine effect. And face... For a split second, she has like weird Mick Jagger lips, and then she changes to this shitty looking werewolf. And outside, the whole town's outside with guns. And then slow-mo, the fucking bitch werewolf comes out in her fucking yellow shirt, and the town shoots it off screen. So you can't even have like anything as minuscule as, hey, let's see the werewolf get blown to bits. Let's see the werewolf get his head blown off. No. Fucking off screen. And then it cuts to them at the bar again to dance the night away. And all they say is, we're sorry, Ted, we're sorry. And then they're just dancing like, did you guys not realize you just saw a fucking werewolf? If I saw a werewolf in real life, I would take a day or two to let it process. No, they're back in the bar singing some shitty song about cutting off the tail of something. And not a werewolf. Oh, I saw Pappy's hat that he's wearing. It's got a tail on it. So I wrote this song. Some fucking old lady singing some damn song during the end credits. I'm like, I've had enough of this shitty country singing. Howling VII. I got nothing. I got nothing. This is the worst werewolf film I've seen. The worst one. You can name a werewolf film, either I haven't seen it, or it's better than this. Even if I don't like it, it's better than this. Cursed, that Wes Craven did, I don't like that movie at all. It's still better than this movie. This is the worst werewolf film I've seen. It is one of the worst fucking movies I've seen. It is horrible. It is horrendous. It is terrible. It is shitty. Again, it's like a fucking, the local town wanted to have everyone be hypnotized by this bullshit line dancing and country scene in the fix. And so, if we distribute this fucking movie, we could kill brain cells. And that's why I stand up and testify in court suing Clive Turner for this shit. Hell, even fucking Joe Bob Briggs, when he saw this, he couldn't even make fun of it. He didn't even have fun. He was bored out of his mind when he was showing this on, like, Monster Vision. I don't blame him. And that guy liked Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4. And I hate part 4. But even that's a better movie than this. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre in Next Generation is a piece of shit. Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey at least have the moments. This movie doesn't have any moments. It is one of the worst fucking movies. It's up there with Feeders 1 and 2. One of the worst movies I've ever had the displeasure of seeing in my fucking life. And I'm now drained. I'm just drained. I'd be yelling, screaming up top of my lungs. But I don't want this movie to fuck up my voice. I'd be fucking yelling, screaming out Clive Turner's name in frustration. But the motherfucker is probably, he's got to be deaf and blind. Because that's the only kind of person who can make this movie is a deaf blind man. And when he's acting, he must have gotten like directions. Reading fucking Braille, and then know his directions and memorizing the shit. I give him credit for that. Not for directing his fucking movie. I got nothing. There's nothing else I can do. Nothing else I can say about this. This movie just line dancing, shitty country singing, some of the worst acting I've seen in the longest time. Not a single good thing to say about this. A pacing that for a 90-minute movie, it goes by at a fucking snail's pace. If the snail had a fucking tire iron, a fucking midget tire iron up his ass. I've seen turtles fuck with better, faster pacing than this. I've seen cats fucking better harmony than the singing in this movie. I've seen werewolf drop shits that have a more pleasant odor than the stink-ass movie. Fuck this fucking movie, man. Up his ass.